need to know. What is this root beer noodles? Oh, it's from the Simpsons. Okay, we're gonna learn how to make root beer noodles. Let's go.
This episode is sponsored by SimpliSafe, an easy-to-use, totally customizable home security system. The best part is how easy it is to set up. I did it on my own in less than an hour. Visit simplysafe.com/babish to learn more and get 30% off your SimpliSafe security system.
What are these noodles
with
orange?
Babish.
I made it with
Root beer
Cheetos,
noodles.
just like you like it.
Wow.
If the sauce is too thick, I can add more root beer.
Maybe
Bro.
I'm just not hungry.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Binging with Babish, where this week we're taking a look at the Cheeto root beer and hot dog noodles from The Simpsons, for which, as you can see, I have the titular ingredients laid out here before me.
Oh
the
my
method
gosh.
for this
It's
dish...
only 3 ingredients. What? My worst trait is I can make a meal out of anything I find, and well, I never write them down, and I can never recreate the meal the same ever again. Oh no. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible.
Dish is unknown, so I'm just gonna have to improv a little bit. Bringing, and I never thought I'd say this, 4 cups of root beer to a boil. It's gonna be hard to tell when this is boiling because of the bubbles. I think that's boiling, so now I'm gonna add a pound of spaghetti, keeping it moving immediately upon insertion so it doesn't stick together. It appears to be extra sticky, probably because of the sugar in the root beer. And then for flavor, color, and thickening the sauce, we're gonna add a whole bunch of Cheetos. Whether they're crunchy or puffed, I think hardly matters. Just gonna keep cooking this under cover so it doesn't get too thick until the pasta is cooked through. And whoop, almost forgot the hot dogs. Just gonna chop these guys up and add them right at the end so as to heat through. And I gotta hand it to Marge, this is a pretty easy one-pot meal. But how's it taste? Well, luckily it's my job to
Okay, when it's all done and like compiled like that, then it doesn't look bad, but man, it looked bad in the process. What the frick?
taste this stuff so you don't have to. And I gotta say, really, truly awful. A halting combination of cheesy, corny, hot doggy, and alarmingly sweet. I can see why very young children
mind, I
or
don't want to try it
characters
anymore.
might like this, but I think we can do a whole lot better. About the only savory application I can imagine
look
for
at his
root beer
nails.
is in a braise. So we're gonna start by sauteing some mirepoix and a little bit of neutral flavored oil like vegetable or canola until it's deeply caramelized. Adding 1 clove of crushed
yummy.
garlic and a couple tablespoons of tomato paste and sauteing together until the garlic is fragrant and the tomato paste is sticking to the bottom of the pan. Then we are deglazing with 2 cups of root beer. Make sure to scrape up all that good stuff off the bottom of the pot. Then I'm gonna add a couple sprigs of fresh thyme and parsley, and in place of our hot dogs, some nice bone-in beef short ribs, which I'm placing in the pot bone side up. Then I'm going to add enough homemade chicken stock so that the short ribs are only peeking up about an inch above the liquid. Then this entire affair is headed into a 325-degree Fahrenheit oven for anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. Halfway through cooking, we're flipping the beef short ribs over so that they get even caramelization, topping up with another cup or 2 of chicken stock if necessary, and cooking until they're fall off the bone tender and they have a deep brown crust. I know these guys look a little dark. I think that's because of all the sugar in the root beer, but trust me when I say that they're very tender, very juicy, and surprisingly delicious. Root beer has all different kinds of spices and, as you can imagine, various roots in it, and when braised it actually makes for a pretty lovely savory flavor. So we're going to save all this sauce, placing it in the fridge for a few hours so we can defat it, during which time we can make our Cheeto pasta. Into the bowl of a food processor, I'm combining 5.5 ounces of all-purpose flour, 1.5 ounces
That looked actually so good. Holy crappers.
masa, and a 1/2 ounce of cheddar cheese powder. This should give us a corny, cheddary flavor not unlike Cheetos. Then I'm measuring out 5 ounces of eggs, lightly beating them together and pouring them into the food processor. Mash and go and processing for anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes until the ingredients come together to form an alien orange dough that springs back with vigor when poked, indicating that we have good gluten development. If it doesn't spring back, go ahead and process it for another 15 to 30 seconds. Then we're kneading it together by hand for a little bit, just to make sure everything's evenly incorporated, wrapping in plastic wrap and letting rest at room temperature for 30 minutes, before rolling out ever thinner by virtue of a pasta roller, laminating as necessary if the dough is tearing or doesn't feel very strong, and cutting into Cheeto fettuccine. Cheeto-chini. Rinse and repeat with the remaining dough.
Oh my god, I love Cheeto-chini. Yes. Yes, Cheeto-chini. Hell yes. When I was younger, I thought room beer was actually alcohol, hence why I never tried it until I was a teen. Not gonna lie, I don't really like it. What? I love room beer. What do you mean? What do you mean? I like root beer, but it's not like it wouldn't be my first choice that I would go for. I like ginger ale, to be honest. I like ginger ale.
Twisting the pasta into little nests on a well-floured rimmed baking sheet, covering and fridging until ready to use. Now it's time to defat our cooking liquid. As you can see, I spread it out onto a quarter sheet because I thought that would make the fat easier to peel off, but it turns out I'm just going to strain it. Then I'm going to taste it for seasoning, and it turns out it's shockingly salty. I don't know where all the salt came from, maybe my chicken stock, but mostly we're just tasting it because it tastes good and interesting and weird. Next up, I'm removing and shredding the beef from the bone, discarding any gristle or sinew and tearing into bite-sized pieces that can be snacked on by the chef, but are also going to be perfect for our pasta, which I'm going to form a sauce with about a cup of the braising liquid, placing that into a high-walled sauté pan along with the beef and simmering. Once that starts to thicken, I'm going to cook our Cheeto pasta in some boiling water for anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds until nice and al dente, lowering the heat under the beef, and then once the pasta is nearly ready, I'm going to dump it straight into the sauce and finish cooking it in there. Go ahead and toss everybody together, and once the sauce has reached an agreeable consistency, I'm going to make this dish a little less healthy than it already is, kill the heat, and mount with butter. This is not only going to lighten up the color of the sauce, it's going to make it extra creamy and flavorful. Go ahead and taste for seasoning. Mine does not need any, so it's time to plate up. I'm going to use the old carving fork and a soup ladle trick to get my pasta in a nice nest, and of course I'm going to supplement with lots and lots of braised short rib. And just in case this dish has strayed too far from its roots, let's bring back some of the old flavor. Microplaning a crunchy Cheeto over top like Parmesan or black truffle. And there you have it, folks, an actually halfway edible bowl of Cheeto root beer and quote-unquote hot dog noodles, which has a very unique, savory, corny, cheesy flavor, which I wouldn't describe as delicious so much as addicting, because before I even knew what was happening, this guy ended up in the Clean Plate Club. Thank you again to Simply Safe for sponsoring this episode. I was able to get the house set up with my security system in under an hour, including the new wireless outdoor security camera. I also have sensors to cover every room, window, and door, plus a temperature sensor and a carbon monoxide detector. With their interactive monitoring service, the police will be called after any alerts. Visit simplysafe.com/Babish to learn more and get 30% off your Simply Safe security system.
Oh my gosh. I want some, please. I want some. Save some for me. No! No, they're eating it all. No, I want some. It looks yummy. I had it in a root beer float, not gonna lie. I thought it ruined the ice cream. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not everyone likes root beer. Not everyone likes Dr. Pepper either. Mountain Dew is better. Mountain Dew is really good. His website has over 1,000 recipes available, and it's like $1 a month. Really? Damn.